Griswold with the Bob and Tom Show. I'm here with Costaki Economopoulos at Radio Row, and we are talking to Chris Berman. Good morning, Chris.
Hi, guys. Happy Super Bowl to you.
Oh, my goodness. We're such huge fans. It's great to talk to you, sir. Thanks for taking the time.
I fooled you too, huh?
Yeah,
Jeez,
you certainly did.
Well, thank you. Well, it's just a home game for you. Are you guys based out here?
Yeah, I live in Venice, so this is an easy one for me. Willie here's from Indianapolis, so he had to take the trek, but we're happy to be here in the mix of it all.
Yeah, Chris, I had to talk to work and go, you're going to send me to Los Angeles? Twist my arm.
Well, yeah, it's the Super Bowl, too, and it's good that let's put it in perspective. We all know well, we're still not out of the dark. We're into the dusk now, or the dawn, I hope. But last year completely different. So let's hope this is really close to what it quote normally is. Yeah, I'm talking life more than Super Bowl.
Right. I've got a question for you, Chris. I've been pitching this for about 10 years. I want to get your take on this. The big game is on Sunday at 6:30. I want an undercard game, like 2 p.m., either a third place game, Chiefs Niners, maybe throw a second round pick in there as a prize or something, or B, last place game, Lions Jaguars, winner gets the first pick in the draft.
Well, not now. This is like a boxing card, huh? Like I not to be played on the same field, I guess. But,
no, right.
Interesting. Now, let me give you a little. You'd never get them to play, obviously, but this is so let me give you a little history.
All right.
In the 60s, for about 3 or 4 years, I don't know how much the players liked it. The answer, probably not a lot, but I'm going back to when I was really young. I don't know how old you guys are, but I'm 66, so, I remember this. They called it was not a sexy name, it was the runner-up bowl, and they would only have, the NFL would have a champion of the East and the West.
Oh.
Well, often that was the Packers in the West, right? And whoever in the East. And so whoever was second place in each of the divisions had a game. I think it was, don't quote me, it may have been at the Orange Bowl, or I don't know.
I did not know this.
Actually, the Packers played in it once. I don't think they were thrilled to do it because there was a couple years there in the mid 63, 64. They weren't first place, but I think the Lions played in it once. Dallas would win the East, so I don't know if it was Cleveland. I don't know who. They had 3 or 4 of them.
We'd
have to look
existed.
it up.
Yeah.
Dear departed, but look up the runner-up bowl. It happened, but then they probably pay the guys $1,000 or something,
right.
And it was a good deal back then. I don't think it would be financially good now.
Right,
But
it's a failure in branding, that's for sure.
Yeah, but look it up. They actually played in it, and they might have had mics on a couple of the players for very primitive NFL films. The game lasted about 3 or 4 years.
I am going to look that up. Thanks.
Chris, you have a prolific broadcasting career. At this point, do you even enjoy watching sports anymore? Or do you have to have a notepad there and you're thinking, how can I make this story happen?
Oh, no. I'm of course still interested. Look, I wouldn't fake it. I'm not, I haven't soured on a thing. I do believe that let's take a step back, fellas, from the Super Bowl. And I'm not saying that I'm glued to some competition. Look, in my early career, I announced things like darts, and I did a bowling, and I did Legends of Billiards. I had Willie Griswold against Minnesota Fats.
Oh, wow.
That was right. So, I'm old, but my point is, now we get over, it's not the Super Bowl, but I'm still fascinated by why somebody won and why somebody lost, honestly, or a team. I say somebody. And look, if you dial in, let's bring it to now, the Winter Olympics, right? Like, we don't losing or sports, right? But you turn it on, and here's it doesn't even have to be the U.S. Here's the so-and-sos, but they had a problem on the first run. but maybe they can come back in the other, and it's Canada, and they're bobsledding against Switzerland. I'm making it up. And, they had the best time, and, stay with that. I'm still interested in it. So to answer your question in a long way, I am. The minute I get soured on it, I'll be out. I will never be an actor.
Right. We love that. Yeah, and you can hear it in your voice. You've followed and you're interested. It's the human drama, and sports is an easy way to take that in. It's a beautiful, wonderful arc. The whole thing. Talk to us a little bit about Nutrisystem, if you would, sir.
Well, thanks for even asking. I'm pretty proud of what I've accomplished with Nutrisystem. They're the main the aid in this, but it really takes mine first. So,
Chris, you still there?
Yep, you there?
Yeah,
we
we lost you for a few beats. Let's go back one notch. let's take those last few sentences again.
We got you, Chris?
I think we lost
Are we
him.
okay?
Oh, he's back again.
Re-ask him the question.
Okay.
No, all right, I won't move. Are we okay now?
Yeah.
You okay? Chris, could you tell us a little bit about Nutrisystem?
Okay. They were the main aid in a goal that I had 2 years ago now. About to turn 65 May of 2 years ago. And I went, I'd like to lose 35 pounds. And I hooked up with my old friends there, and we can help you do that. And I did by May 10th. Now, this was like a New Year's resolution, but then, here's the Super Bowl and this, you really get going like now, right? The Super Bowl's over, like, let's go. And I was able to do it. Obviously, you exercise too, and you do your things. And I lost 35 pounds by May 10th of 2 years ago.
Nice.
And then this last year, I said, I'd like to lose 10 or 12 more. And I was able to do it. So, so the total is 46. And anyone, it really just is, it puts your mind to it. And I found that the food now versus what even 12 years ago when I did it was, it's more filling. It tastes good. It tastes like the thing I think I'm supposed to be eating. If it's a chicken with broccoli, or it does. And again, I don't mean to be a complete, but it really aided me in getting to my goal. And one thing I will say, I thought of this earlier. I hadn't thought of it in a while, and I'll get off it. But first of all, anybody can do it. Second of all, you have to want to do it. So when I lost 35 pounds, I put in a bag 35 pounds worth of stuff. I put it on, books or whatever, and I weighed it, and then I picked it up, and I went, "You've been carrying this around?
Wow.
What an idiot. What an idiot." And so again, am I able to return punch in the Super Bowl? No. But maybe I'm not the defensive lineman that I was, and now I'm an outside linebacker. So it was really helpful, and I'm happy to tell their story. Yes, I've done it. I do ads, but it's truth. It's the ultimate truth in advertising, so I don't mind. And thanks for asking.
Absolutely. That's great.
Hey, Chris, you are one of the sharpest minds in sports, and you spend almost every day talking to the smartest people in sports. I want to ask you a pretty dumb sports question. I'm a fan of the Indiana Pacers, and they have about an 8-foot-tall mascot named Boomer. Did they consult you at all when they named that mascot?
No, I may be 8 foot tall, and he doesn't need Nutrisystem, right? But no, the Pacers. Okay, I don't know that they consulted Boomer Edison or.
Oh, we're losing you again. You still there?
Yeah, I'm there. You there now?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, you're okay. And don't worry, that was the silliest question in the world.
No, look, the only silly question. They did not consult me. If he's 8 foot tall, I don't think I could get up and talk to the guy anyway. So, But I hope that the Pacers, I hope he's helpful for the Pacers. I'm sure Boomer's in great shape because he's eating the right foods.
Hey, Boomer, fantasy football has come a long way during the course of your career. Can you talk to us about how that's changed the way that we cover sports and the way that we consume sports and the way that we look at sports?
Well, specifically in fantasy football, it's a brand, or has been a brand new way. Yes, the staunch football fans who follow the players and everything, they're already dialed in. But there are legions of people that became football fans who were maybe fringe football fans because they have a fantasy team. And even if they're not making the actual picks, like they team up with a couple people that are, quote, experts. By the way, none of us are, quote, experts. But but the thing is, if I'm up for anything that makes new football fans. I don't want to compare fantasy football to the show that we always did with Tommy, and I still do it with Boomer, NFL Primetime. But that sometimes made fans because it was on for an hour. And these were folks that maybe didn't want to watch football for 6.5 hours.
Right.
And I don't want to say with their husband or boyfriend. It could be ladies that were into it that the guys aren't into it. But I'm not trying to compare the two, but I see it similarly. And so it makes a lot of people fired up for the season on August 30th or whatever when they have the draft. So the only downside of it is, are we cheering because you made another first down, your guy?
Right.
So I'm not 100%. I'm still did this team win or did this team lose? But I'm all for anything that makes people big football fans, and certainly fantasy football in the last 15 years is the biggest new thing on the block by far.
Yeah, for sure. We have one question from Master Control. Our boss is fascinated with this. He put the over under for Manning appearances in Super Bowl ads at 4.5. What, you taking the over or the under on this one, Chris?
You'd think I'd have inside information on this, wouldn't you? But I don't, because we've had such good success on ESPN2 with the Manning cast, or the Peyton and Eli
so
cast.
Good.
I mean, and they're so refreshing. Over under. Now, those are different sponsors. I'd say the under. Oh, amount of ads, you mean? So, in other words, if somebody bought 3 ads on a Super Bowl, are we counting amount of ads or amount of sponsors?
He's a careful gambler. He wants to get this right. Yeah,
I think if it's
number of ads, right.
A number of ads. Ooh, I think that's a great spread. I'm going to say there's going to be 4, so I'm going to take the under.
He takes the under. All right.
Tight. It's tight because it's going to be raining. Scoring's going to be hard. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You're a good man, Boomer. We're lifelong fans. Thank you for adding everything you have. Your voice is like a warm hug. So, can you get us out on a rumbling, stumbling, bumbling kind of something?
You're nice enough to have me on, and I'm on prime time after the game. So on ESPN, the regular, as we call it, Colt Classic, the regular TV. And so I'll have a few for you there, but it depends what you would like the most. It could go all the way, or rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, which is something this show never does.
Well, thank you so much, Chris Berman. It was a pleasure to talk to you, and thank you for having a sense of humor about my Pacers mascot Boomer joke. We appreciate you.
Thanks, man.
And look, it was a great question. I put it right up there with anything given, in the White House these days. So don't worry about it. And a question not coming out of the White. That was not a political thing. No, that was.
You're fine.
You could be a government reporter with questions like that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris.
Hey, this is Willie G.